Today I'm over in Kamala Beach in Phuket, and we're going to be looking at two resorts that actually sit right next door to each other, but they're designed for two different types of travellers. And of course the resorts that I'm talking about is the Sunprime and the Sunwing. The Sunwing being more family and kids orientated, and the Sunprime being an adults only resort. But here's the interesting part. If you are a guest at the Sunprime, you can use all the facilities that the Sunwing offers. So in a moment we're going to take a look around both of these resorts. Now some of you will know I have covered this area, the Sunprime and Sunwing, but at the time of that video the weather wasn't as beautiful as it is today. It is a fantastic day. We're right smack bang in high season, so I'm going to be concentrating on more of the outside of these resorts, as I've covered the inside already extensively. So we're going to start here in the Sunwing, and this is a design specifically for families with children. Got a lot of facilities for the kids, obviously kids clubs. A lot of the swimming pools have slides. They do have numerous pools, as I've found out as we've walked around, me and Pat. And this is just one of the smaller pools which is directly behind the beach area, so you've got direct access onto the beach. A lovely little spot there, but we're going to explore this because, as I mentioned, families are going to be interested. But it's not just families. If you're a couple, you could stay here as well, and they do have a number of rooms, as you can see behind, that do face the sea, so possibly sea view rooms. Small restaurant just here. I'm guessing you could probably take breakfast in there. Now Pat hasn't explored the Sunwing very much, and he's walked around with me and he's been amazed just how big these resorts are. So let's now jump to another section. So we are now slowly making our way through the Sunwing Resort. As you can see, a small five-a-side football pitch here. So again, very much orientated towards families and kids. And now we're coming into the swimming pool area on the Sunwing. Now, of course, these swimming pools feature slides, which you won't see in the Sunprime. And I just want to let people know the age limit as what they class for kids in the Sunprime is 16 and below. You're not allowed to have that age group over in the Sunprime, but if your children are older than 16, then I presume they will be allowed into the Sunprime. They're not classed as children. So keep that in mind. Nice poolside bar there, you can enjoy. And you can already see more than one pool. So we've got one pool here and a pool bar, and then we've got a separate pool with a pool slide. So numerous pools here, and there's actually pools over the far side as well. So you can see some accommodation in the back there. They've got, well, I guess you'd call it pool access, but the pool isn't actually sort of on the balcony of the room, is the best way to describe it. It's just on the edge. Probably just see. We'll have a walk over in a moment, but I just want to show you these pools because fantastic facilities for the kids. As you can see, lots of children running around. Again, another pool with another slide. So 3 pools, 3 slides. So plenty of space. One thing Pat did mention, that there's more availability on the sun lounges here than there is in the Sunprime. They seem to be busier in the Sunprime, but lots of sun lounges here. So if you don't mind children and you're staying in the Sunprime and you find that there isn't enough sun lounges because they're busy, then you can always nip across into the Sunwing, and you can see quite a few empty. But we are in March. Now that is high season here in Thailand, but of course in places like the UK and other countries, kids are at school, so there's not so many families on holiday at the moment. So just keep that in mind. It depends on when you're coming. Now you will see these signs around the pool, and I've seen a number of them today, And obviously it's advising people that you are not allowed to come out at 6 o'clock in the morning and put towels on the sun loungers to reserve them, as so to speak, that some tourists do. The staff will remove the towel, so just bear that in mind. The sun loungers are on a first come first served basis. You can't be reserving them with your towel the night before. So you can see the accommodation right on the edge of the pool. So I guess you'd call it pool access, but some fantastic facilities. I ought to say beautiful pools. So many pools I've lost count. I did originally say 7 pools, but me and Pat have been talking, and I think actually they've got more, haven't they, Pat? I think by the looks of it, there's more than 7 pools between the 2 resorts. Just over the back there, there's a restaurant for the Sunwing, so you're going to be able to take breakfast. There's quite a few restaurants on site. Talking to Pat, and he said the breakfasts are very good. You're not wanting for anything at all. So we'll just go and have a quick look at this restaurant. Nice view out overlooking the pool area in the morning. So this is just one of many here. Pat just mentioned this over the pool here. It's like a sunshade, which is a great idea for the kids. So if you've got younger children, of course, especially in high season, the sun can be very fierce out here, and it doesn't take long to get sunburnt. So this is an area that the kids can go in and still get shade. So that's really, really good. I don't think I've seen that before at any hotel, to be honest, to have a sunshade over the pool. Very, very nice indeed. We're going to make our way now, yeah, there's actually the pool further down's got the same shade that Pat's noticed. So a couple of pools here actually with sunshades. So great for the families. And this water slide here, I can see there's actually water bubbling up as well. So nice. Kids are going to have a whale of a time here. So now we're coming up to what looks like the reception area for the Sunwing. I might be wrong, but I can see there's a pool table outside. This could be a games area. Let's have a look, but I believe this is the reception area for the Sunwing. Let's see whether the door, yes it is. So this is where you're going to be checking in to if you're staying at the Sunwing. Nice large open planned reception. And then there is a corridor that will take you into the Sunprime. But as I mentioned, Sunprime guests can come into the Sunwing, and the adults of the Sunwing can go across into the Sunprime, but your children cannot. So we've come back out of reception and we've come into this area here. Now I'm not sure whether this pool area is for the Sunwing. Yes, Pat's just noticed on the sign there it says Sunwing, so I'm guessing these are another 2 pools. There's one here and one behind. They don't have slides, and they're a little bit more quieter than the main pools. So you can see yourself how many pools there are. Just in the Sunwing alone is incredible, and there's no shortage of pools. Plus you have the beach and the sea just behind here. So we've made our way across into the Sunprime, and I would encourage you to take a look at the first video I did on these resorts, because I covered more of the inside than the outside due to poor weather at the time of filming. But today is beautiful, as you can see, so I'm concentrating more on the outside. So we are now back in the Sunprime. So this is one of the pools that you will have use of here in the Sunprime. Again, no children, no slides. They do have a water aerobics, I noticed this morning here, so if you want to take part in that, you can do that. But another nice pool, and there's some further down as well. I'm going to take a look at those. Let's make our way further down. So this pool is slightly further back than the first one we looked at here in the Sunprime, and this one features a bar, so whether you want to sit at the bar out of the water or indeed stay in the pool but be at the bar, so swim up bar they've got in the Sunprime that you can come and relax. You can see yourself, it is actually busier here. Pat did mention the Sunwing seemed a little bit more quieter because it's more aimed at families and kids. It depends on what time of year you come. You're going to find more people in that than in the Sunprime. Obviously the Sunprime more geared for adults only, and people that are on holiday, adults can come anytime, but people with families can only come at certain times of the year. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're here when the kids are not necessarily on holiday and you want to use the Sunwing's facilities, then you can. because there's not going to be so many kids running around. But of course, if you don't mind kids, then you can use the Sunwing at any time. And we're going to now make our way down towards the beach area, and there's some more pools are down there. So you can see yourself, if you count them up, the amount of pools actually available here. Now, when I originally spoke to Pat and he invited me over to come and take a second look at this, he described himself as a lazy tourist. And what he means by that is his job keeps him very busy indeed, and when he goes on holiday he doesn't want to do too much. So if you're one of those people, then the Sunprime is a perfect resort for relaxation and just basically doing nothing. You've got everything on site, and if there is anything that you want, it's literally 2 minutes. This Sunprime and Sunwing's location is perfect in Kamala, because Pat has mentioned that they just stroll onto the little road that runs along the beach area. You've got bars, you've got restaurants to pick from. You really don't have to go that far from the accommodation to get some great facilities. So now we're going to take a look at what they class as a Grand Deluxe Pool View room. So as we go in, the bathroom is off to your right hand side. Of course, you've got your standard vanity mirror, sink, WC, and quite a large shower cubicle. And that looks into the bedroom, the window. It's actually steamed up because Pat's had the air conditioning running, and obviously the heat outside against the cold will steam it up. You've got a large area to put your clothes. I'm presuming there's a safe inside the wardrobes. I will ask Pat and confirm that later, but it's pretty standard. I'm not going to hunt around in other people's wardrobes. You've got a bed that's a double or a twin, and then there's a sofa, flat screen TV. I've asked Pat about the Wi-Fi. It is free here. I know there was some confusion on my last video about the Wi-Fi here at the Sunprime, but it is free. They can connect and it works reasonably well. They have a reasonable sized fridge. Normally you only get a very small fridge, but this one's a medium size, as you can see. There's an area to make tea and coffee, and of course outside you have a balcony area that you can enjoy first thing in the morning or late in the afternoon, overlooking one of the many pools here on site. So a really nice accommodation. Please do check out my other video. You will see on that video I covered some slightly different accommodations, so many different grades of a room here at the Sunprime and indeed the Sunwing. So once again, check out the hotel's website for more details. So we're just making our way towards those pools, and this is the restaurant. I think if I remember right, I did briefly look at this restaurant on the other video. So as I mentioned, do go and check that out. Let me just make my way over to this pool first of all, because there's two. There's one this side and there's one the other side. So there you got more than enough. And good morning. 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 So what a fantastic look at this. I mean, pools everywhere, swim up bars everywhere. You just don't get better than this. And of course, there's a beautiful Kamala Beach there at the back. So perfect location. If you're thinking of Kamala, then these resorts, I should say, rather than this resort, these resorts are perfect to come and stay at, whether you're a family or whether you're a couple. Okay, let's make our way back across from this restaurant. I believe you can take breakfast in here as well, yes. Can't you, Pat? Yeah. So this is a breakfast restaurant and an evening restaurant as well. Swaddy Cap. So lots of different things. They do buffets at night as well, and different facilities. And as you can see on the opposite side, they've got another pool. So if pools are your thing, then this is definitely a place to look at. And another bar here by the side. It's not in the pool this time, somewhere where you can drink and relax. So drop me some comments down below and let me know your thoughts on these resorts, both next door to one another, but both designed for different purposes. I feel that the Sunprime is perfect for a relaxing holiday, and the Sunwing is perfect for a more excitable holiday. Now, talking to Pat and Suzanne, who I want to say a big thank you to for inviting me over and letting me have a second look around this resort. So if you don't know, I have another video that was filmed at low season, so I would urge you to go and check that out, because that covers more of the inside areas of the hotels rather than like today's video that's covered more of the outside areas. So a big thank you to Pat and Suzanne. Now, they did mention that they found the staff here exemplary. They've really catered for everything. Nothing's been too much trouble, and it does make a big difference to your holiday if you've got staff that make you feel wanted rather than being a burden. So no complaints on the staff, and generally everybody that I spoke to about these two resorts have got nothing bad to say about the resorts. So well worth taking a look at these resorts if you are considering coming here to Kamala. And of course, Kamala, perfect location. Please do check the hotel's website. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. I eat, I ride, I explore. Until next time, I'll see you soon.